The writer says, you have not come to a mountain that can be touched. The first thing I want to emphasize to you this morning is that Mount Zion is a spiritual reality. It's not a physical reality. The Old Testament guys came to a physical mountain, right? The New Testament believer comes to a spiritual reality. Somebody say spiritual reality.
Spiritual reality.
Now, if you read Exodus chapter 19, the people of Israel came in the wilderness to a mountain called Mount Sinai. It was a physical mountain. So we're making an understanding between Mount Sinai and Mount Zion. This understanding will help you to see the difference between the New Testament and the Old Testament, the difference between what the saints of old experienced and what is supposed to be the experience and the reality of the believer in the New Testament. You have not come to a physical mountain. Oh, somebody said, Pastor, stop there. So is it okay if I go to the mountain? It doesn't make you closer to God like the person who is in his bed. Praise God.
Yeah.
Is somebody just here?
Yes.
Yeah, because I know there are people who like to go to the mountain. It does not make you any closer to God than the person who is in his bedroom. Just like somebody said, Pastor, do I need to shout if I pray? I said, it's beautiful. Use your energy. But it doesn't mean that God hears you louder than the one who whispers. It's a spiritual reality. Do you understand? The testament that we operate in is a spiritual reality. John chapter 4. God seeketh those that will worship him in spirit and in truth. So the place of our worship is in the spirit. Somebody say in the spirit. And do you know that you are in the spirit? Yeah, because when you are in the spirit, what comes to your mind is somebody that is shaking. Like, have you seen people shaking like that before? Imagine that somebody stands up in this congregation and he wants to give us a message from the Lord, and then he shakes and scatters on the chair and puts down the camera just to get the voice of God. The same voice as you're sitting down, you can pick it.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm talking about? Because you see, where you operate from is very important. Generation matters. Your experiences are a function of the generation you are in. That's why I call it the arrival generation. This is the best time. I love the song Sister Lola led us in. One of the songs says, what they waited for has come to pass. The New Testament believer is a right person to sing that song, because what Moses waited for, it has come to pass. What Abraham waited for, it has come to pass. Do you know that by the virtue of the fact that we live in the 21st century, there are challenges that people who live in the 19th and the 18th century went through that you will never experience?